airplane mode on.
We can touch on this. This is actually something that's been like in the pipe for a while. Zillow was trying to do something to the effect, and I think that it'll be a good. We can talk a little bit about Zillow too, but it's definitely going to be a disrupting business.
Okay.
And we can talk a little bit about that, and we'll talk a little bit about what that means for realtors and sellers. And that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to keep them?
May I?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not going to talk about that. That's for you. Points for you. So
Okay.
I'm just going to
whichever
refer to it and we'll talk about it. And
absolutely.
you use whatever. It's for you guys. Okay. So the way it works, Miguel, you've been here before. So Deborah, the way we work. First of all, I have your cards. Here is my card. Here's the law office, and here is the cyber.
Thank you.
Thank you. I don't know, Miguel, if you have. What happened, by the way? Oh, you know that Friday I went to wait for you and sat by myself at the bar?
Did you go?
Yeah, of course I did.
I thought Katie was going to confirm with me, so I didn't go.
Anita told me she confirmed.
Oh
and
my
I'm
goodness,
like,
I'm so sorry.
sitting there with a big L on my forehead.
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
I love polite provision, so I had
But that
to
place
drink
is good, right?
Awesome.
What did you drink?
I'm an old-fashioned kind of a guy.
They make a mean one there.
Yeah.
They make a mean one there.
I go there, and over the weekend I went to Ironside because it's also Jason McCloy, the owner, so he owns that, and Polite Provision, a few others.
Then I owe you a drink
So,
or two. Since
yeah,
I
or
stood
three,
you up.
or
Three,
four.
four. We'll do two Pim's cups and two old fashions.
So,
sad.
yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Well,
man.
that's all right. We still have
My
to set up,
apologies.
come to my house, and
Yeah.
I have a hobby. I age cocktails in barrels. Just for fun.
Yes.
I come up with cocktail and age them. So,
Very cool.
But to make it up, I
picky.
have sent you some clients though. So to make
you
it
did.
up.
You did. I gotta say that. So the way it works, the show is built on 4 segments. All right. The first segment, I'm going to talk about something else. You guys feel free to chime in. It's about what happened with the hack for the Democratic National Convention, and what does it really mean? How do we have to work? How does this whole hacking thing work? Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about that and hopefully educate some people. Then when we're going to come back from a break, we might jump to you.
Okay.
And also, maybe before the break, also again, I'll obviously introduce you guys, but then after the break, we'll jump to you. We'll talk a little bit about what you and I discussed. So a lot of the topics, like I said, as far as being a realtor, when it comes to leading yourself, I'm going to lead with a book, and then we can start jumping into that, and we'll talk about that. And Miguel, feel free to chime in. So that will be the second segment. Third segment, we'll jump from it, we'll segue into the real estate. And again, it's back and forth. We can go back and forth however it works. And then the fourth segment is really short. In other words, we really have time to barely kind of to wrap it up. So don't leave anything hanging other than your last 30 seconds kind of thing you want to talk about in the last segment. Let it all out in the first 2 segments. All right? And yeah, other than that, let me make sure I get your cards. How do I introduce you as the name of the company, or?
The easiest way, if you want to just introduce me as an author and a speaker, that's fine.
Okay.
And what I do, a lot of people say that I'm an entrepreneurial trailblazer. That's
Okay.
kind of like the,
Okay.
because I have some innovative things that I do to help them get business and make money.
Okay.
Just put it that way.
Okay. And the agent prolific.
Yes, sir.
Love that name.
Thank you. Yeah, we just moved offices to North Park.
Oh, you did? On
Yeah,
30th?
30th, right next to Alexander's.
No way.
Yes, sir.
Love Alexander's,
I love
but I love Calabria's pizza more.
Yes, I would agree with you. Calabria's pizza is good. Have you had Il Postino's?
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, Il Postino's, and then
Arrivederci.
over the weekend I went on Friday. When was that? When did okay? So we went to Ironside on Sunday, but then on Friday evening we went to further on 30th. Go further into South Park. There's another Italian restaurant in the corner across from Target.
In South Park?
Yes.
The what kind of food was it?
Oh, Italian.
Oh, La Buona Forchetta.
Is it across from Target? Then the Target is there.
Oh, no, that was Piacere Mio.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really good too.
Yeah?
Very good
I
too.
haven't been there yet.
Yeah. So that's good. But for pizza, it's Calabria.
Yeah, I like
Heads
Calabria,
down.
and I also like their coffee's good too.
Yes.
La Buena Forchetta
Yeah.
in South Park.
Yeah.
That place.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And look, Alexander is great too. Love
Yeah.
love their stuff.
I like his mom's place better. The Old Venice Cafe
Yes.
in Point Loma.
Point Loma, yeah. Much
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
It is much better. Yeah.
What's your other language you speak?
Me, Spanish and Portuguese.
Okay.
How did you know?
I knew it wasn't just
Hi, Tim.
Spanish. It's just this is different. I have another gentleman that speaks Portuguese.
Oh, okay.
You guys know
Never
Tim?
we're looking at him.
Oh,
Yeah.
What did you get?
I'd like to bring they're in my car. I gotta bring a bunch of business cards.
Deborah? Team Garden?
Hi,
Team
Tim.
with
Nice to
Alliance
meet you.
Escrow. They are one of
Hey,
the
Deborah,
advertisers.
how
How are you, man?
How
Nice to
you
meet
doing,
you.
man? This is my marketing assistant,
Hey.
Robert.
Tim, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So what is it that I hear, a rumor, kind of, these birds in San Diego said that you guys don't work together?
We don't, not yet.
Yeah.
What happened?
We've had in the past
What
with your
happened?
company, but
With mine?
yeah.
With Alliance?
No, with your previous,
Ah,
your
there.
previous
Okay.
company. Yeah.
If it is, because you work with Tony, so I'm not sure how did it happen that you don't work with Tim.
Yeah, let me go. I'm gonna go grab some cards.
All right,
Well, we haven't seen each other face to face in very very long.
that's
time.
fine. I'm just giving you a hard
I
time.
know.
That's my job, man.
I love it.
Without them, I have to charge people. So I
I
gotta
love
be
it.
nice.
I love it. Oh yes. Your eyes look good though. What'd you get done?
I had old injuries. I had a herniated muscle here, and it was pulling my eyelid. So they had to go. It's crazy, but they had to. I forget it right now. They had to go and open it up and lift it so they can,
It looks painful.
tweak it here. And the left eyelid was drooping because of the muscle.
Ooh.
So they had to fix that too. So might just as well look younger.
Well, I have a little black eye too. Look.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm feeling solidarity. That's awesome.
It was actually mine was I got pink eye and it got really swollen and turned purple. Though I
Really?
my daughter kept asking me why I was playing with my wife's eyeshadow.
Do you tell her the truth?
I said it's
You just
fun.
love it? All right. Okay.
You're listening to ESPN Radio 1700. The views and opinions expressed on the following program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other hosts or advertisers. And now, live in studio is one of America's leading consumer advocates. With more than 15 years of experience in finance, debt, credit protection, and ID theft recovery, your host of Lunch and Learn Radio, Eran Sanai.
Happy Monday, everyone. Eran Sanai here in studio, ESPN 1700 Lunch and Learn Radio. You can watch us at lunchandlearnradio.com or listen to us at ESPN 1700 AM. Welcome, good week, everyone. Welcome to the studio, Debbra Sweet. Deborah is the entrepreneur trailblazer. That's a mouthful. And I knew I'm going to butcher that one. And she's a best-selling author, speaker, and trainer. Welcome, Deborah.
Thank you, Eran. Glad to be here.
Thank you. Thanks for making the time. And the agent prolific, him and no other, Miguel Contreras. I can see how today it's going to be. I'm going to constantly butcher names, and it's going to be a nightmare. So stay with me.
Oh,
Help me out.
thank
you.
Anyway, thank you.
Thanks for
Thank you,
having us.
Belle. Welcome, Miguel. Thanks for coming back. And Miguel is a realtor. He's a team leader with Remax. So he's doing great business. So I want to welcome you both. And let's have fun, shall we?
Yes.
Okay,
bet.
well, might as well do that. So, you know what I want to start with? You know, we had a lot of conventions this past week. You know, the RNC, the DNC, the T's and C's, whatever. Whatever, right?
Fun TV watching.
Fun, exactly. So, you know, regardless of who got hacked and what season, you know, the consequences are real serious. And honestly, not that I have any, I mean, I have little sympathy for politicians and their games and everything else that's going on. But one thing is, I wanted to make sure that maybe we can help people understand how do people access to their data, and what are the dangers that can come from that. So compiled a little list here. I'm going to try to not read but tell you, but without getting technical. So I'm going to try to simplify it. So here's how it works, and this is why it's so crazy. And you'll see it's not just a random thing that they do. They really work it. In other words, so before they even get access to the Design Online point, if it's an accomplished hacker, what they will do quite a bit of research on the victim, okay? Because nowadays, a lot of our non-sensitive information is on Facebook, on social media. So, like for example, you guys have your date of birth on
Facebook?
Yeah.
No.
No date of birth?
Well,
Good for you.
the birthday, but not the actual
Birthday, yeah.
but not the year.
That's fine.
Correct.
That's fine. But if I was going publicly, all the data that's publicly available, you can be pretty safe that I can probably find out a lot that I need about you. So what I would do with that, I'll build a profile for Miguel Contreras, because I know he is a very prolific agent, and he's doing well. So I want to be Miguel when I grow up, right? So I'm going to build a little profile for Miguel, and I'll try to guess the password by what's called brute force attacking methods. Brute force is trying a lot of passwords at a time, and see if I can be lucky and get through with different combinations, all right? Now, if this doesn't work, what I may have to do is, there's something that's called bypass by two-factor authentication. It's some engineering involved, but believe it or not, they can trick your mobile network operator into sending them a copy of your phone's SIM card.
Really?
Yep. So with that SIM card, the hacker is able to receive verification codes necessary for completing break-ins. And it's done more often than you know. Okay. Then what another thing that is very common that they do, the victim's computer, your computer will get infected when it runs kind of harmful executable PowerPoints or all kinds of things like that, whereby the malware will spread into your computer, and now this hacker has gained access to your computer. Now that doesn't mean he's going to act yet. What they're going to do now is going to really create a profile looking at your habits, looking at what you do, how you bank, what you buy, how you shop. It's going to trace email, see who you communicate with a lot, where did you shop lately. So this is a really calculated thing. So it's not just got it, let's do it, and not. The pinnacle of the work is really is completing a profile and knowing your habits, knowing everything that you do, and knowing what's going on and what you're doing next, right? At this point, he really intercept. Once they have the malware and they build a profile and they know what you're doing, they intercept a lot of things that are coming and going out of your PC. So basically what they do is, with all this, he'll use this, all that information. Once he collected it, he can now send emails and intercept email coming to you from friends and vice versa. So he can not only go to more computer, but then get into your financial record, get into your social security, get into your medical record, and that's where the problem begins. Because financial, yes, there's obviously damages, but if it's a credit card, you call the credit card company and they'll cancel it. But once they have your social, you pretty much, it's a scar for life. In all the years I've been doing that, and it's about 18 or 19 years, there's only one person that still has them, but working on getting them new social security number.
Wow.
They will not give you a new social security number. So they can damage you for 2 or 3 years, then go away, and then 3 years from today come back and start all over again. So this is really something that is going, and and you're talking about today, it's not even only your financial damages and medical, which is huge enough, and crimes, but you're talking about the hacker, I'm saying he, but they can really start getting into your social media, starting blasting out things in your name, ruining your reputation. And reputation is what you get. Like it happened to my son with, believe it or not, a few years ago with Lyft. Somebody accessed his account, and because of what they did, he cannot get a Lyft account now. They'll deny him access. you know. So people think, oh, it's no big deal, but you know, it is really is complicated. So you know, people said, okay, great, you tell us all that information, so what do we do? You know, it's a tough one. You know, what you can do, there are really very few things that you can do. Having, you know, physical offline verification tokens, meaning, you know, if you need to do something, you have to maybe call to verify, believe it or not. And when you call to verify, do me a favor, don't sit in Starbucks when there are 10 people arriving. Listen, it kind of defeats the purpose.
Right.
You know, also you can have all kind of latest of antivirus that really make sure it's up to date, and don't just randomly search them before. I'm not going to recommend one or another, but search them before, see if they are good enough. In malware software, it really is important to keep that up to date, even if it costs a few bucks a month. You know, I'm not a big advocate of that, but unfortunately, sometimes you have to do it. And obviously, if you can get yourself a good monitoring system that can help you in your determining whether your social security number has been used somewhere in the country. Maybe somebody's trying to change your address. Okay, you can get a notification if somebody hacked your emails account. You can get notification if somebody, even not everyone, it's only I can do that for you, meaning, hate to toot my own horn, but I'm the only one that can help you as far as social media. If someone not only hacked your social media accounts, which is Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn, we can also notify you if someone used inappropriate language mentioning your name. They'll be picked up, and you'll get an email, and the email will say, hey, Deborah, we just picked up an inappropriate language connected to your name. Please click the link. The items we found deemed inappropriate will be highlighted. You can click on that, look at the article, and remove them, block it, or do whatever. So those are all things you can do, and if you want to find out how it works, really, you can go to idcybercenter.com, idcybercenter.com, and you can really get some great information on that. But you know, that's pretty depressing. So I wanna stop depressing people. It is a Monday, and you know, we woke up in the morning today, and every day we wake up in the morning, it's like right, it's a new day. So let's just get going with the day. I'm happy to have you here in studio. Thank you. I know it's a Monday. I know everyone is busy, and before we go anywhere, let's take the next few minutes to introduce you guys. So Deborah, thank you for making the time. I know between all your speaking engagements and writing books and inspiring people, you find some time. So tell us a little bit about who Deborah is.
Who's Deborah?
Who's Deborah?
Depends upon the day. This weekend I was in lockdown because I'm working on a book, so I think I wrote 7 chapters yesterday, and I think I wrote, I don't know, I didn't even count. I just wrote for about 12, 13 hours on Saturday. So, you know, one of my author friends one time, he made this comment about, you know, writing is not easy, because it's not. It takes a discipline, but the fun is when we get to actually promote it and talk about it. I'm not here to talk about what I was writing yesterday, but soon. So what does Deborah do?
Yeah.
So in my little bubble, what I do is I love to help entrepreneurs and business owners get business and make money. And how I do that is I guide them. I've developed over the years some approaches to leadership, as well as systems to help companies scale up or scale down if they need to, and really be able to have a plan that will help them take what their vision is and make it a reality. So that's kind of the gist of what I do.
And thank you. And we're going to get back a little bit more into your book and into how do you, being a lead, especially being a realtor, how do you lead yourself, lead others,
Yes.
and lead the leaders.
Yes.
And before we get into that, Miguel, so Miguel and I, we go way back,
Yes, sir.
you know, when I was, I think I had long blonde hair with right? So Miguel is a realtor, and he is an agent prolific, and he's a team leader with Remax.
Yes.
All right. And you just moved office?
We just moved offices. We're on 30th Street, 30th and Upis.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And we can't wait. When is the
Well, we should have.
opening?
We were just talking about that. We should have a little party or something here soon. So
why little?
Oh, well,
I was
little.
just gonna say.
Exactly,
He's
right?
prolific, right?
That's right.
A prolific
You are.
party. We'll have a
That's it.
prolific party.
I'll make
Sweet.
some drinks and
Yeah.
we'll have some fun.
Oh, now we're talking.
Now
Bring the band if you want.
There you go.
Okay, that's it. So that's what we do. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go take a break and pay some bills, right?
Got it.
When we come back, we're gonna jump right into leadership. What does it mean and how can you become one
Yeah.
with the help of Deborah? And we're gonna get Miguel because he is a leader.
Yes.
So we're gonna get his feedback too. So Eran Sanai with Miguel Contreras and Debbra Sweet. We'll be back with you in a few minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Tie Court Title of San Diego is the next generation of title companies. They offer their clients the most complete
So far,
real
so
estate
good?
services
Yeah.
in the
Really
nation.
quick.
They have
Time
4
really flies.
convenient
You see,
locations
before
in
you
the
know it,
greater
it's
San
like
Diego
the end of
area
the show.
to service all your residential and commercial transactions.
Any
Tie Court
specific
Title
way
of San
you wanna
Diego
segue
offers
into your
you title
segment?
and escrow solutions. Whether you are buying, selling, or refinancing,
Actually, everything you
they have
talked
you
about,
covered.
I can
With
pick up
over a
from-
century
Okay.
of experience,
Sounds great.
you can count on Tie Court Title of San Diego. They have a solid history of servicing customers with high
What's our
integrity,
timestamp
white
for the-
glove service, and
the
backup.
next
They
one?
also have unrivaled financial
We have,
strength to back your
3.5
policies.
minutes break.
For all
May
your
15th.
So
real
we'll be
estate
back
transactions,
about
call Tie
15
Court
and a half,
Title of
16,
San
and then we
Diego
go
Every day?
until almost
Yeah.
30.
260
That's a cool little spot.
Yeah, we're the only ones there.
I'm not
usually,
live.
so.
This
I
is
bet.
just a
Alliance
screenshot.
Escrow,
What's the guy's
the
name?
most
that's on?
reliable
fine.
and
You can
hardworking
be-
escrow
I'm-
team in
I'm
San
okay with
Diego.
that.
He's there.
Buying, selling, or
Doesn't scare me.
refinancing a home can
Yeah,
be a
it's
stressful
extremely
event,
exciting.
and our
The
friendly
break,
staff here at
uh,
Alliance is
in the
ready to
break,
make your home buying
people can't
or
hear us,
selling
but
Any
they
process
can
as
see us.
smooth
This
as
is-
any
possible.
relation to
And then
me?
We
tomorrow,
strive for outstanding customer
friend,
service
you'll
and are
get
very
an
dedicated to
MP3
giving
file
top quality
and
service
Don't quote
to
me on
each
that.
and every
Video
segment.
file, so maybe
Alliance
download
Escrow will
that.
provide a
I
special
used to
discount
stop
to
by there
active and
every
reserve
now
service
and then.
members and disabled
then,
or retired veterans as well.
I'm not quite.
Whether
I
it's
can't really
residential,
remember who
commercial,
she's typed
bulk
with,
business, or refinance,
but I kinda
call Alliance
stopped
Escrow
wondering,
today
Adria-
and let
what's
us
her
help you
name?
close your
Adriana
deal as seamlessly as possible.
Flores?
Oh, yeah.
Call
yeah. She's more, like,
619-6015
Yeah,
or go
very
to
much so.
www.allianceescrowinc.com today. That's
Yeah, swing by, we'll do coffee.
619-609-0015 or www.allianceescrowinc.com.
Is that the one?
Alliance
that's on the
Escrow,
corner?
your partners
That's a
in real
cool
estate.
spot. What is that? Underbelly?
AutoZone
Underbelly,
presents
Modern Times,
Peak
Influx.
Performance. Maximizing
Underbelly is
fuel
also
economy,
owned
engine
by
life, and
Jason,
overall
who
performance
owns, right,
doesn't
they
take a
own
lot.
And the
Solar
plastic
Provisions,
Yeah,
Thanks to
same
fuel
group.
treatment
and they're
fluids
on the
from
place that
AutoZone.
we did the year
Right
anniversary
now,
downtown,
get a
Rare
16-ounce
Form.
can of Seafoam motor
I haven't been there. Is it good?
Were you by
So visit
my
your
1 year
local
anniversary for my
With over
radio show last
5,000
in
locations,
May,
the right
sorry,
supplies,
February?
and good
No,
advice
I was
are
out of
just around
town.
the
That's
corner.
right.
Yeah, I was in
That's
Oaxaca.
across from Petco Park.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good. It's
Yeah,
really nice. It's a good venue.
C-store.
And so they own that too. They own,
Rethink Kitchen and
believe it or not, they own some also a barber store.
Oh, really?
Yeah, barber shop. It's a consortium that owns clothing. And now they're opening a steak restaurant right there on India. Used to be a photo shop there.
Nelson's Photoshop.
That's right. So they're gonna, believe it or not, it was going on for more than 7, 8 months. It was empty because when they bought that, when they got the space, they didn't know, because they counted on 75 seating outdoors.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's an old ordinance in San Diego that you can only have certain amount of seating outdoor under the plane landing pass, right? And the quota was used by somebody. There were only like 50 left, and it wouldn't make their numbers. So they didn't want to open. And nobody knew that, so they told them you have to wait either somebody passes or buy the seats from them. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Finally, they went back and appealed it and got the seats. So by almost a year paying rent for nothing. Crazy.
That's terrible.
At the Secretary of the Navy, they have great training, a well-prepared team, cutting-edge technology, and the most modern fleet that allows them to listen, search, and rescue. What's most important to them is your life. To report an emergency at sea in Mexico, call 01-800-MARINA-1. Everything to save lives. The Navy near you. Secretary of Navy, Government of the Republic.
Welcome back. So, Witchy Woman. You recognize that. So believe it or not, it's playing in the background a little bit today. See that? Alright, so today in 1972, the Eagles single Witchy Woman was released. So that was today in 1972. So the reason I pick songs not only to tie to the history, but of today's history, but try to tie to what we do here. So believe it or not, the song was written by Eagle guitarist Bernie Lydon, who started writing it when he was a member of the Flying Burritos Brothers. if you remember.
That's a good
Okay,
band, too.
right? So then him and Don Henley, they finished it together, and they said that it wasn't really. It was about a few women they met, and it wasn't really about men to portray women as devilish, but more women as how they use their seduction and strength to get ahead in life. So, figuring, okay, Deborah is coming here today. I mean, you know, I don't know. I figured she's using a strength. I mean, it's like, okay, that could be a good segue to lead right into talking about Deborah. How is that? Do you like that?
So do you know that I'm actually a musician?
No, I
There you
didn't
go.
know
Yeah,
that.
that was my major in music. Or my major in school was I'm a music performance major, so there's a whole lot more. Talk about women that have inspired music. I have some of those too.
Okay.
But we won't talk about that today. So that's what I'll
I
bring
love
in.
music, and that's why, you know, believe it or not, I always say that picking up songs for the show takes me longer than to prepare for the show.
You always pick the great ones.
You
though.
know, so,
I love it, though.
and anyway, so I love it, it's fun.
Well, you know what's really interesting, and you have no preparation for this, but with one of the things that I've gone through recently, that word strong, that is something that I have heard, especially these last 5 years, many times over, that people just tell me I'm strong. So I'll roll with that.
And I know what you're talking about, I didn't want to bring it
No,
up.
that-
I wanted for you, when you feel comfortable, if you do, you can. But yeah, that was one of the reasons.
I don't
So-
mind. I'll allude to it, but I really want to. I'm going to segue it right back into our leadership.
Yes, please.
So there's, you know, I've written a lot of books, and some of those have been purely inspired. Well, they've all been inspired, but there's a couple that I never planned on writing. One that I'm working on, and it's quite, it's emotionally close, so it's taken me a little bit. But the book is called "Hitting the Wall: Life Beyond Impact," and what this is, it is a chronicling in some sorts of my journey of overcoming a severe traumatic brain injury. So that's been very involved, and I don't want to talk too much about it, but that's where the strength, people watching me go through that. I think, you know, I guess where I will tie this in is I had to make a lot of choices in my life around what kept manifesting physically. And a lot of people would say, well, Deb, I don't know if I was you, could I do this? I would give up. Well, my words to that, and this is what I teach my children, it's what I teach my clients, it's what I want to inspire others with, is that no matter what our circumstances, whether it's business or professional, we all have a choice. We can choose to overcome. Our body's very resilient, our mind is extremely strong, or we can give up. And some of what I do, some people feel is a little controversial. And one of those things that I do is I have a platform that I've lived, but I also teach on. And my platform is it's about lead yourself, lead others, and then lead the leaders. And so part of my journey in life, I never sought out to be a leader, but leadership was always placed upon my shoulders. And so, Eran, I want to bring something up that you talked about in the first segment, and it is about, it's a tie-in to leadership. The part that's controversial is that there's this ongoing conversation, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? In the world of leadership is leaders are born or leaders are made. And the majority of people tend to say leaders are made. I believe leaders are born.
No, it doesn't even sound right when you say leaders are born or leaders are made.
Right.
It doesn't even sound right that leaders are, you know, it just rings right what you said.
And the reason that I feel so strongly is if nature and life in general gives us cues. And so what I've seen, I've witnessed, I've worked with is that we are all hardwired to step up and lead. Now, how we lead and what we do with our leadership, now that's where training and development can come from. And definitely to be a great leader over time takes skills, but it starts with our own desire first. And if you look at children, and this is where I base my beliefs off of, if you look at the family unit, and if something happens to mom and dad, what's one of the first things that tends to happen in the family? If there's children.
The kids, yeah.
The kids do what?
Kids get affected.
They get affected, but often what do you see?
Well, it's either going to be disarray or one of the kids will step up.
There you go. It's it right there. And so I don't want to go too deep into it, but the platform of lead yourself, lead others, and lead the leaders, that's a progression of growth and development. I personally feel that we need to be accountable for ourselves, responsible for our own actions. And so without I'm not going to bring up all the politics because I don't like politics, but this whole thing about leading yourself, ties into our business and it ties into our personal world. And I do a lot in the area of business and teaching this. We get to make decisions on how we want to be perceived and how we want to grow our business. And Eran, this is where it kind of ties into what you're talking about. When you're, you brought up the whole cybersecurity. Well, there's an element when we are presenting ourselves, you're promoting yourself. Being very careful, very intentional on how you represent is important. But also when you're planning, I talked about earlier that I help businesses scale. When we scale your business with a plan, I think that part of great leadership, leading yourself and leading others, also involves having plans for contingencies and things along that line. But I'm kind of going. You give me
No,
the
but,
microphone. I'm gonna
that's
go
true.
for one time, so.
That's fine. You know, when you talk about practice, it reminds me that right? That's
Yes.
that's what it is. So it is about practice. I even remember, you know, when I was a kid and my father left the house when I was very young. Even until today, I live in the U.S. Right? My mother, my brother, my sister, all my family is still in Israel. When I go home, there's always a list waiting for me. I'm the middle child, but I have an older sister and a younger brother, so I have a list waiting for me of things I need to fix in my mother's house. Like whether it's to put some tiles on or maybe to, you know, so I naturally became, when my father left, the man of the house.
Yep.
You know, I went there, took responsibility, whether probably unconsciously, obviously,
Yes.
but became the man of the house, beside the fact that thousands of dollars later with the therapy's bills, that I think it was my fault, but we're not going to get into that. But anyway, no, and I definitely get it. So, in what you said, though, I want to jump right back into that. It's really, really important about having a plan. Because
Yes.
especially I know in Miguel's business, in my business, weekend comes, you work the whole day, the whole week, and now the weekend is here, and it's open houses, and clients want to see houses, so you need to make a plan so you do maintain your personal life.
Absolutely.
And that's something you talk about, am I correct?
I talk about it, and not only that, but I help develop the plans. In my day-to-day business, I would say 98 to 99% of people that I work with who are business owners or entrepreneurs, they have ideas, but they do not have a written plan. And you're smiling, yes.
Well, most entrepreneurs are very visionary. They're just not the implementers.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you need a big vision person, and then you need someone who implements it or helps you implement it.
And there's a gap, and it's exactly what you just said. It's how do you take that vision and make it a reality? And so I have, over the years, I've written many marketing plans, business development plans, sales growth plans, and contingency plans. When I say contingency, they're in how you decide that you want to build your business. You might have the Uber, the big goal vision for what you'd like, but there may be some detours along the way. In fact, talking about real estate and you know, I think one of the biggest detours that happened for many people was back in 2008. That was
Oh, that was
Wait,
more like the
what
road.
happened?
The road, like the bridge just broke. There was no detour. It was just.
It just dropped, right?
Yeah, it's almost you look at people and you're thinking like, but that's how it is, you know. It's like
I'm not laughing at it. I'm laughing at the.
Well, I can laugh. I can laugh about it now.
Well, so, but you know, you talk about innovation. Entrepreneurs are innovative, and I help innovate. And so, you know, I love helping. I do a lot of things that are tied to real estate with what I do. And, you know, right now it's great to be able to help businesses get their plan. They may not have all the parts and pieces. That's part of what I do. But that plan is important because you want to plan for your fun time. You want to plan for your growth. You want to plan for your contingencies. And there's a lot to this. A lot of people, especially entrepreneurs, some people may have a vision for building that business and they're going to stay a solopreneur. Others want to add to a team. So there's different dynamics involved. And I have different coaching programs. I work one-on-one with people to help guide them along the way.
And how many books have you written already?
I've been published 9 times. I'm writing,
9 books already?
Yeah, I'm writing 3 right now.
That's pretty good.
Like it.
That's pretty good. So let me make sure people have your number. So Deborah, first of all, you can go on Deborah's website, DebraSweet.com, and Deborah is spelled Debbra, and sweet as in sweet,
Like sugar.
like sugar. DebraSweet.com, or you can call Deborah. Can I give you a number?
You can give the number, absolutely.
760-542-8817, 760-542-8817.
542 88
Should we do that again?
17.
Okay. 760-542-8817, DebraSweet.com, and you can find information more about Deborah. So now, where does one start? So this specific book is called The Power of Leadership in Business Networking.
Correct.
Huge thing here. In the 2 minutes before the break, how can we utilize that? We all realtors, there's so many realtors there. How do you differentiate yourself when
You
you
have
go
to
out there?
understand that when you're networking is not selling necessarily. It's about building relationships. And so this is where that whole concept of lead yourself, how you interact with people, what you do, when you do it, how you say it, what you say, how you follow up. That's all part of being taking responsibility and choices for yourself. Leading others, it can be in a networking situation. Do you make the conversation about them, or is it all about you? You can lead others in a conversation, and then leading leaders is an elevated aspect when you have responsibility over other people. But for your audience, if you're out there, I think one of the things to understand in leadership is what is it that you want to achieve? What is the reputation you want to build? Because that's where you need to start for being able to distinguish yourself, especially if you want to be involved in your profession for the long haul. There's a lot of steps along the way, and it should be natural. I think that's really important, is to be authentic with who you are and to be receptive to who you are so that you can attract the right kind of people that are ideal for you.
It reminds me a lot of the time when I go out there, I see people and it feels like talking to them, it's kind of when they come to you and say, well, enough about me, let's talk about you. What do you think about me? You know,
Yes.
a lot of the people are like that.
Or they're card sharks. There's another
Yeah.
element to this, and I'd say this is one of my biggest pet peeves. Somebody says, yes, I want to talk to you, and then there's no follow-up. Do you actually follow up?
Yeah.
That's an element of leadership, leading yourself.
Absolutely. And you know what I learned, and I'm going to take a break. People don't care how much you know, right, until they know how much you care. So you can go there, talk about yourself, and you know what? As soon as you leave, people are going to forget.
Yeah.
And that's about it. And that's where I believe, I agree. I think for me, the most important thing is the follow-up. You meet so many people when you go out there. It's what you do after
Absolutely.
that counts. So with that, I want to take a quick break. Eran Sanai with Debbra Sweet and Miguel Contreras. Don't go anywhere. We want to go talk more about that. But Miguel is also going to give us some 6 trends in the market and talk about the Uber co-founder who's getting into real estate. What is
That's
going to
interesting.
happen here?
Very
Eran Sanai
interesting.
here, Lunch and Learn Radio. We'll be back with you shortly.
Alliance Escrow,
So far, so
the
good?
most reliable and hardworking escrow team in San Diego. Buying, selling, or refinancing a home can be a stressful event, and our friendly staff here at Alliance is ready to make your home buying or selling process as smooth as possible. We strive for outstanding customer service and are very dedicated to giving top quality service to each and every sale. Alliance Escrow will provide a special discount to active and reserve service members and disabled or retired veterans as well. Whether it's residential, commercial, bulk business, or refinance, call Alliance Escrow today and let us help you close your deal as seamlessly as possible. Call 619-609-0015 or go to www.allianceescrowinc.com today. That's 619-609-0015 or www.allianceescrowinc.com. Alliance Escrow, your partners in real estate.
Tycourt Title of San Diego is the next generation of title companies. They offer their clients the most complete real estate services in the nation. They have 4 convenient locations in the greater San Diego area to service all your residential and commercial transactions. Tycourt Title of San Diego offers you title and escrow solutions. Whether you are buying, selling, or refinancing, they have you covered.
And that's,
With over a century of experience, you can count on Tycourt Title of San
How's
Diego.
your
They
calendar
have
for
a
the rest of
solid
the week?
history of servicing customers with high integrity.
You have a few extra,
white glove
Kim?
service,
I put 'em in there.
Oh, you
and
did? Thank
They
you.
also have unrivaled financial strength to back your policies for all
August
your
already,
real
huh?
estate transactions. Tycourt Title of San Diego today
Wednesday or
at
Thursday would be good.
619-260-5200.
In business, risks and rewards come with every decision, like moving to the cloud with Office 365. While its benefits include anywhere access and lower costs, cyber threats and user errors can quickly wipe out data and the money you save. Barracuda Essentials for Office 365 provide an added layer of security and functionality for threat protection, email migration, data recovery, and quality of service. Move securely to Office 365. Visit barracuda.com/essentials to learn more.
Yep. Just off of this.
Right, I mean, you're like,
This is John
right across
Feinstein
from
with the
this.
CBS Sports Minute, brought to you by the National
Sensei,
Association of Realtors. Get Realtor. In a very real sense, Jimmy Walker was the perfect champion for this year's final major, the PGA Championship. A week at Baltusrol
Anything
was a grind in every way.
you feel
The weather
we
was
may have
unbelievable,
missed.
miserably wet.
Anything
we
The
may have
courses
missed.
consist
Yeah.
of so many
Wanna
similar
try
par
to get
fours
that.
that they often blend together.
the end, can I give an offer to a pilot program?
Absolutely.
Even now we're at the end.
Whenever, if you feel the opportunity arises while we come back to this fine. Otherwise,
It's nice meeting you. You guys, I sent you guys a little collage I just made of the pictures.
This-
Thank you.
See you later.
See you, thanks, Tim.
Have a good one.
You
Thanks,
too.
Eran.
Thank you. Yeah, so that's whenever, you know, if you find the conversation feels right, just bring it up.
Towards the end.
Okay, whatever works.
Thank you.
You can learn to DIY just about anything.
Today we'll
So
be
how do you
making our
decide
very
how
own
to wear your hair?
mineral oil,
So
How do you decide how to wear your hair?
Gosh, I feel like I'm
Depends
forgetting
upon how it wants to do the
Oh,
day.
I see.
For 20 years, I permed my hair thinking,
Expert to guide you.
because I always wanted curly hair. Turns out I have curly hair, but when I'm back at my mom's house, like I just was
So
these last 2
DIY
weeks,
yourself a
her
favor.
water
and
makes
get
my hair go
Realtor.
straight.
Head to Realtor.
Oh, wow.
Get Realtor today.
Yeah, yeah.
Realtors are
Another
members of the
picture
National
that goes
Association of
curly.
Realtors.
Where did
You
you
don't
live?
have to be a retail
Wisconsin.
giant or a government
Really,
agency
yeah.
to be the victim of a
I
costly
have that
data
problem.
breach. If you run a website
I cut my hair Pat Benatar style,
Oh, is it?
and I have too big of a head for short hair, so I'm a long hair always.
It's cost-effective, instant security against automated and targeted attacks, making this WAF a must-have for your SMB. We claim your network. Try a
Hey, love, I'm on there,
Barracuda
just going back
firewall
for
free at
from a break. Just hold it back.
barracuda.com/WAF.
Okay. Welcome back. You recognize that one. So these are the buggles,
Just
and
saying.
that's where you go. That's it. That's the name of the video. So today in 1981, MTV had made its debut at 12:01 a.m. The first video to be shown on TV was "Video Killed the Radio Star" by the Buggles.
Yes, it was.
It was, right? So that's a little history for you. I don't know if you guys were born yet,
I
but
was just
either
gonna
way.
say that.
Yeah.
You were? Okay, good.
Yeah. So the reason I picked that, Trevor Horn, who wrote this song after science fiction story about whatever, he said, you know what? Here's what happened. I was also always kind of working as a loser, doing things for other people, and never thought I'm gonna do anything of myself. Until I decided to take the bull by the horns, and form my own band, hence coming up with the video that became very successful. So what made me think about it is, okay, so we have Deborah here, we have Miguel here, two people that decided, you know what, enough of doing things for others, enough of doing things we don't like to do. We're gonna do what we like to do and get in and start doing it.
Absolutely.
So with that said, Miguel, you've been doing terrific,
Yes.
terrific things here. So first again, congrats on your new office.
Thank you.
That's awesome. I'm happy you're closer to me now.
Yes.
And so tell us a little bit about, what brings you to real estate, and jump right into summer, almost the end of summer. Well, maybe
Almost
not,
the
but-
end of summer. Real estate's always exciting. I call myself the residential real estate samurai.
Mhm.
And summer. Well, San Diego, we always have good weather, so we don't really have that traditional summer big spike that they do maybe on the East Coast or
Sure.
in the Midwest.
Mhm.
We're always on, and who doesn't want to live in paradise, right? But traditionally, there is a little bit of an upcycle in volume and so forth, and the prices are up right now. They really are. Where the median price has increased almost to 2005 levels, which is good, and it's also a little bit scary for someone who's gone through a big recession and had seen the increases in the early 2000s up to 2007, and then we saw the steep decline. But the money is very, very inexpensive. I think our rates are almost at World War II era
Mhm.
type interest rates. I mean, you're talking about low threes for a 30-year term, and then you're in the high twos for a 15-year term. So that's very promising. The money is inexpensive to obtain. However, when people ask me, well, isn't this similar to what we experienced in the early 2000s, and are we going to have another down cycle? And I can't predict what the down cycle will be like. I can't, but there will be one eventually soon. There will be one. The biggest difference I think that we have in our field right now is that the qualifying process is so much more diligent, so much more restrictive, and I think that's a good thing. I feel it's a very, very good process. It's very conservative. But there really isn't any more stated income product out there for people. People can't just say that they make 6 figures when they don't, and that's a very good thing. It's a very, very good thing for the industry to be vigilant that way. So.
And I agree with you, because I think that, look, there are always life cycles.
Yeah.
There are financial cycles, there are real estate cycles, there are a lot of cycles. But with the rates the mortgage are today, and it's based on affordability. In other words, you cannot get a house unless you can afford that.
Right.
And if the real estate goes down again, it'll come up. It'll come back up like every other cycle, right? So, but the difference is this time, if you bought a house for 600 or 500, whatever it is, and it drops even 20%, God forbid, right? It's still based on your income that you had when you bought the house, and unless, God forbid, yes, people lose the job, but that could happen in any economy, no matter what. Unless something drastic like that happen, you can still afford your house.
Absolutely. And to that, I would say that buyers are tending to stretch themselves a little bit, but within their means. So we are seeing that. Do I think some buyers are overpaying sometimes? Absolutely. One of the trends that I'm seeing, it's a micro trend. It's not prevailing yet, but appraisals are starting to come in a little lower than the purchase or the contract price. So that is a micro trend that I'm observing and I'm being vigilant on. But that's something that could be foretelling about what the next year and a half will look like after this presidential election is over with.
Is there election?
There's something called an election going on. I don't know. So it's more like a comic book. But that's something that we're very, very vigilant. And again, talking about down cycles, if we look at historical patterns, every 5 to 7 years or so, we do experience some slight recession, and that's just been through the ages.
And I know you have some more trends that happening in California, but before we talk about that, we talked about what's happening in the market.
Yeah.
Talked about what's happening in the real estate market. So I hear that the co-founder of Uber is getting into the real estate business.
Yes.
Does that scare you?
It does and it doesn't. I think it's a disruptive product that he's coming on or coming out with, and this is really something that we've been talking about in the industry for many, many years with the advent of Zillow becoming so popular. And what he's bringing on to the forefront is a software where a buyer can bid and write the offer or submit the offer online directly to the seller. So it's going to be great for sell by owners and so forth. And he's just putting what we already do in the real world, what for sell by owners already do, he's putting it online to facilitate it somewhat. So is that scary for most realtors? It can be, but when Zillow came out and became this behemoth master of data, it was scary for a lot of realtors as well, because traditionally the power that most realtors had, or the value that most realtors had, was the power of the information. The listings. We had the listings, we owned the listings, we proliferated the information to our clients. The internet came and we had the new MLS was online, and we would still control it. And then Zillow came, and the interaction and the interface is so good and so consumer friendly that the consumers just loved it. So now we have Zillows.
And I'm not really worried about you, because you know why? Because
yes,
right.
Play to win the game.
That's it.
We do.
And I always say that when you want to buy or sell the house, especially when you want to sell your house, yes, you're going to have to pay commission to a realtor. However, and when you want to use a realtor, there's so many things that you need to know, that you think you know, but you don't even know what you don't know.
Absolutely.
It's powerful right there, yes.
Yes, and that's the thing. That's my point that I was making, is that, the information is at the consumer's hands, at fingertips. They could be online at 4 a.m, but the value that we bring as real estate agents is the negotiation aspect, the experience, the know-how, and the knowledge. Because, most consumers don't know all the ins and outs, all the liability that they could be exposed to. Sellers as well, they just don't know what liability and what they need to perform to really close the transaction in an effective and righteous manner. To keep them out of court, too, at the end of the day.
Yeah. Deborah, you were going to say something?
Oh, I deal with this all the time in my business, too. Why should I hire somebody like you? It's the same thing. You don't know what you don't know, and it's that area, the gap, if you will, that can be really costly, really expensive. And, listening to you talk about what is coming, although I'm not directly in real estate like you, I can see that it would fill a certain market like you talked about, but for the realtor to go out and really present themselves, market themselves as that value added, ultimately what people want is that ultimate experience. It's part of effective marketing. They want an experience, and data or a piece of technology doesn't deliver the human interaction. That's what the realtor is about.
Absolutely. And I think this is kind of when Starbucks started gobbling up all these corners across America, and small coffee shops were going out of business. What it did do is, it killed a bunch of coffee shops. However, the ones that survived, the ones that are still around, it forced them to be better, provide a better experience. So that's good for us as realtors.
It can be great for you, absolutely.
And it's funny, people think today with the internet, you go on the web and you can get it all and you can be smart. And by the way, talking about it today, how me and trivia, today is the World Wide Web Day.
Today specifically?
Yeah, today specifically. It is a World Wide Web Day. I don't know, it just so happened we're talking about it, but I always look at certain trivia and
so this is the day that it became public?
This is the day that it not invented, but it came out.
It became public.
Exactly. So
So
today is the day.
Do you remember your first time logging on?
Oh my God, I was working. Yes, but I even remember.
I do.
You do remember? Oh my God, I remember when I came here. I was working for the government, and all the data was stored in microfilms,
Yeah.
and you move it by like square of it, like a little tiny, like 10,000 records are going right across
My freshman
the
year in college was like that.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Those were the days. I mean, where were we? I mean, we were young and beautiful. Today we're just beautiful. That's exactly right. But anyway.
We're
so
living longer, so maybe we are still young and beautiful.
that's right, that's right. And that's also, by the way, we talked about things that happen in the family, and you deal with families and business, and we all have families. Today is also Respect for Parents Day.
Awesome.
Cool.
I forgot, I meant to text my son that when I
Gotta
woke up.
gotta remind my kids.
Totally forgot that today. I don't think he knows about that. No, I'm joking. He's a great guy. But anyway, jumping right back in. So, what else? I know we have really low inventory.
Yeah.
Right. Volume is rising.
You get mixed signals on that. So people are saying, hey, the volume of sales was down this month, but a lot of that has to do with with limited inventory. So we don't have a lot of inventory in San Diego to speak of. So we do have a severe housing shortage, both on the owner-occupied property type and also for rentals. And the rents in San Diego are out of this world. So that's going to drive prices up, and our volume is actually going to be down. So it's down due to low inventory. I don't think because of other factors as yet.
Now I know on the way here, I don't know, so you might not have it now, but on the way here, that's how Miguel is. On the way here in the morning, he had some properties that he's listing. They might have all gone into escrow by the time he got here. Is that true?
They're moving fast. If they're priced correctly and they're in decent shape, they're going to move really fast.
Do you have anything you want to share, or it's all done?
I have everything in escrow at the moment.
That's what I said.
Yes,
That's what it's always like that. I call him in the morning. He's like, yeah, I have a few properties I want to pitch in when I come in.
Yes, but I am looking for multi-units to list, though. So
Okay.
any multi-units.
Okay, so if you do have any multi-units to live, to list,
Absolutely.
and if you want to live in one of them, that's fine
Yes,
too.
that's a
Yeah,
great
by all
plan,
means,
actually.
call Miguel. All right, Miguel's number is 619-977-6447. 619-977-6447. www, which is
Worldwide internet web.
World Wide Web. Today's the day. Agentprolific.com. Agentprolific.com. That would be Miguel Contreras' website. And Miguel is an awesome guy. He's a team leader. He is with Remax and Agent Prolific Group. So it's not only him.
No.
It's the whole group is prolific.
Yes.
It is, isn't it?
Yes.
That's awesome.
We strive
Awesome.
for that.
Again. So that's Miguel, and again, Debbra Sweet at Debbra Sweet debrasweet.com. Deborah is spelled with Debbra, sweet as in sugar. debrasweet.com, 760-542-8817. We're going to go take our last break. When we come back, we're going to finish real strong. Don't go anywhere. Eran Sanai here with, again, Miguel Contreras, Debbra Sweet, Lunch and Learn Radio. We'll be back with you shortly. All right? All right, so
I was going to ask you if I can have a business card.
Absolutely. I didn't push it on you because I have a rule. I have a rule.
You don't give until you
I don't give it
ask.
till someone asks me for it, only because that means I have to do a good job of asking the questions.
doing a good job for them, asking you
I
to.
have to ask them good questions about them and,
Okay.
and hopefully,
Good for you.
or do a good job of presenting myself so that they ask me, they feel interested in staying in touch. It's not an arrogant thing, it's more of like, I need to do a good job.
It's a networking.
It's a networking thing, I have to do
I get
a
it.
good job.
You did it great.
Thank you.
So is Redux branded, have they rebranded to black and white, or is it still red, white, and blue?
It's still red, white, and blue. That's just me, I'm a rebel.
Well, I have another friend of mine that went
Alliance
black and white.
Escrow.
Yeah,
the most
it's part
reliable
of
and
their
hardworking
collection,
escrow team in
the
San
luxury
Diego.
collection, but I
Buying,
use
selling,
it
or refinancing
for
a home
everything,
can be a
so
stressful
every
event,
brand
and our
makes
friendly
more
staff
than
here at
anything.
Alliance is ready
Also
to
on
make
the
your
Remax,
home
I'm not
buying
supposed to do
or
that,
selling
but,
process
you know,
as smooth as
I'll ask for
possible.
forgiveness later.
We strive for outstanding customer service and are very dedicated to giving top quality service to each and every sale. Alliance Escrow will provide a special discount to active and reserve service members and disabled or retired veterans as well. Whether it's residential, commercial,
think
bulk
about,
business, or
say about
refinance, call
30
Alliance Escrow
seconds
today
or
and let
a
us help
minute,
you close your deal as
most
seamlessly as possible.
kind of with
Call
whatever
619-609-0015
So it could be
or go to
your offer, it could be anything
www.allianceescrowinc.com
you want to
today.
bring out. That's fine.
That's 619-609-0015 or www.allianceescrowinc.com. Alliance Escrow, your partners in real estate.
Hi, I'm Philippe Heller with the Real Estate Inspection Company. When buying real estate today, it's more important
Do they
than
give you
ever
drops,
to thorough
Eran?
home inspection to protect your
Yeah,
home.
unfortunately, I had Friday, it was really bad. It was a week and it was bad, but then Friday got bad, and then Friday afternoon, all of a sudden I got the red. Apparently, somehow, whatever happened, some edema, so I had to go back. He gave me some steroid and antibiotic drops. Yeah, it's like driving me nuts.
Good though.
Yeah, you don't
Like
look bad.
overall,
Yeah, I mean, it was, I have a picture, the first 2 days, I couldn't open my eyes. It was black and blue, but it healed, real quick. But then all of a sudden, something irritated the right eye, and it got in the red. And I literally said, I was gonna wait for the weekend, and then I said, no, let me call my surgeon. I called him, he said, no, come right over.
Good.
And he put some Band-Aid to lift the muscle, because he said what happened is, believe it or not, muscle is weak and it's pulling on the eye. So he said keep massaging your eye, your muscle, like that,
So it doesn't agitate.
because the muscle is really, you lost the muscle kind of a thing.
You
So
look good though.
yeah, but next time you come, you won't recognize
Once
me.
you're off antibiotics, we'll do our own fashions.
That's it. Absolutely.
He makes them eat.
Definitely.
Yeah?
back in the day.
Drive at the 805 and the 2
Nice.
Auto Park.
Just a little bit. It was a little.
AutoZone presents peak performance. Maximizing fuel economy, engine life, and overall performance doesn't take a lot. Just the bare minimum, thanks to fuel treatment and fluids from AutoZone. And right now, you get a 16-ounce can of Seafoam motor treatment for just $6.99. So visit your local AutoZone. With over 5,000 locations, the right supplies and good advice are just around the corner, so you can fix your car with confidence. Hoods up, America. Get in the zone, AutoZone. See store for restrictions and details.
Welcome back. Dean Martin.
I love it.
Okay, so today in 1964, he went to continue going on #1 with Everybody Loves Somebody. And the funny story about the song is that he recorded in '64, he recorded 11 songs, and then he needed a 12th song. So he talked to his, I remember who he talked to, but he said, I need one more song. And the guy said, Ken, said to him, I have, he's a piano player, Ken Lane. And he said, yeah, I have a song. I have an old song, Everybody Loves Someone. And he loved the idea. He loved the idea that everyone just going to love someone. And everyone's going to find someone to love, because that's how the world works and that's how it should work. And it hit right on. And I couldn't think of a better way to finish it's kind of a great message, it's just a great message. The funny thing is, one more thing is that when this song, that talking back in the era when the Beatles were ruling every chart, right? So this song actually knocked the Hard Day's Night off the top of the U.S. charts. And Dean Martin sent a telegram to Elvis Presley that read, "If you can't handle the Beatles, I'll do it for you, Polly." That's how it was.
All right.
So, with that said, words of wisdom. I always like to finish it with something good, kind of. Anything good you have for us to take home with us, Deborah.
Oh, you're going to put me on the spot right now,
Absolutely.
right? You know what? I have a really simple statement of word of wisdom, and I teach it all the time. If you don't like something, change it. It's simple and profound.
Absolutely is. And you have some offer. You
I
have
do.
something.
I
Can we
do.
hear that?
Absolutely, I'd love to talk about it. So one of the things that I am working on right now, I'm piloting a program. So for what that means is that you get me for a very exclusive amount of time, and I love feedback. This program is called Gear Up. I ride motorcycles, so I do a lot of things related to riding, driving, things like that. So what Gear Up is all about is helping businesses who they're kind of stuck. Let's break through some boundaries, and so this is a 5-week, 5-step program to help our local businesses, entrepreneurs, get your business to the next level. And this is a 30,000 bird's eye view at what you need to know to start making those bigger visions happen, so you can lead yourself, lead others, lead the leaders, but also have the platform in the beginning of your plan so you can have work-life balance. So I'd love to make an offer for anyone who's listening. If you'd like to be part of the pilot program, you can get a hold of me at debrasweet.com. Just go there, email me, and send me an email that just says Gear Up, and I'll follow up with you and give you details.
DebraSweet.com. Again, Deborah spelled with D-E-B-B-R-A, DebraSweet.com. Send Deborah a message that says Gear Up.
You got it.
Deborah will follow up with you.
You bet.
Miguel,
Yes, sir.
all yours.
All me. Well, when it comes to real estate, just a couple pieces or points of advice that I'd like to issue. One, first and foremost, is have a budget. So definitely have a plan, a planned budget so that you stay within it. We really recommend that our clients save money, because you want to have money in your bank account, one, to give you confidence to do the things that you want to do, but two, you never know what big recession's coming on
That's
the side,
right.
so that you can scoop up some deals. And the other point is try, and this is very difficult, and I know it's sometimes unrealistic, but take the emotion out of it.
Huge.
Yeah.
It is. And it's very difficult because who doesn't get emotion? I mean, house purchase is the biggest purchase many of us will ever.
Absolutely.
So that's why even more so you need professional next to you.
Yes.
Whether it's realtor or whether it's somebody like Deborah, when you're looking at your business, it's emotional. You have to have someone on the outside call your attention. It's like, hey, Eran, you're repeating the same mistake, or here's what you can do better, or whatever. Someone who's not emotionally attached to help you with that. So
Absolutely.
really important. So again, Miguel Contreras, and that number is 619 I am blind.
977-6447.
It's my eye surgery.
No worries.
So thank you. And before we go anywhere, I want to make sure I thank you guys properly for coming here. Thank you so much.
Thank
it was
you.
a lot of fun having you, and thanks for rescuing me from speaking Hiblish today.
You did great.
So with that, you know how I am with my little trivia. I'm not going to ask you, but as a music fan, you might appreciate that. So today, in 1942, a leader and a guitarist of the Grateful Dead was born in San Francisco. That was Gary Garcia. He died on August 9th, 1995 of a heart attack while he was in a drug rehab facility, believe it or not. So that's today. He would have been, what, 73? Wow. 74? Something like that. Yeah, 74. And, there's one song that we're going to play shortly before we go that I love, that it really is representing my generation. Not you, you're too young, but maybe my generation. But, a few things that Gary Garcia was the White House guest. Vice President Al Gore and his wife Tipper were both deadheads, believe it or not. And they invited him, gave him a personal tour. And that's the song in the end. And when he died, his remains were scattered in the Ganges in India and some in beneath the Golden State Bridge.
Wow.
And this song, Touch of Grey, that we hear is really about people who don't care about, even people that don't care about the Grateful Dead know about the song because it's about aging gracefully. So remember that. You can be who you are, gracefully age and have fun. With that, Eran Sanai here. Thank you everyone. Have a great day. See you guys soon. Thank you guys. Hope you had fun.
We did.
It can be a stressful event, and our friendly staff here at Alliance is ready to make your home
Thank
buying
you.
or selling process as smooth
Appreciate
as
it. So
We strive for
tomorrow
outstanding customer service and are very dedicated to giving top quality
you'll
service
get
to each
the,
and every sale.
or maybe today, depends
Alliance
when they
Escrow
send it to
provides
us.
a special discount
You'll
to
get the
active
live
and reserve
stream
service members and disabled
and
or
you'll
returned
get the
veterans as well.
MP3 file.
Whether it's residential,
As soon as you get that,
commercial,
you can
home
download
business,
that.
or refinance.
And then
Call Alliance Escrow today
for